Hey, my name is Coach Tonya to some, Tonya K. Austin to others. I want to come on here and tell my story. So, when I say I want to tell my story, I absolutely want to be authentic with you and let you know who I am and why I do what I do. So, it all started when I was a kid, right? Of course, that's the once upon a time when I was 12 years old. Well, and I can even go back further than that because when I was about 4, I figured out between 4 and 12-ish, 4 and 11-ish, I was molested as a kid by my sister's boyfriend. I'm just going to be honest. I said authentic. I won't do a name, but it was my sister's baby daddy at the time. Or boyfriend because they were together. So her boyfriend at the time. Um, so molested as a kid and outgrowing that or understanding who I am from now I get it, but growing up I didn't get it. And I remember telling my best friend at the time that I was molested and she laughed at me. And when she laughed at me, it made me shut down instantly. I remember one instance where he came in the house and it was a bunch of people, like everybody, my nieces and nephews. I don't think my sister was there, but he came in the house once and I don't know what mood he was in. I don't remember. I was young. But I remember him coming in the house and he wanting the Vaseline. And I remember my nephew saying, I'll find the Vaseline. He was like, no, I don't want you to find the Vaseline. I want Tanya to find the Vaseline or Tanya to get the Vaseline. So I knew what that meant. So I was like, I didn't want to find the Vaseline. And I wonder now, you know what? I need to get into that because I wonder now, is that why I have a thing with Vaseline? Oh, I just had a revelation. Anyway, epiphany. Let me get back to my story. I'm going to have to write that down and connect the dots. But anyway, healing journey every day. This is how healing occurs. But anyway, that's why telling your story is important. And I teach this with my clients all the time. And I always tell them, tell your story. And I ain't even told my damn story. Well, I tell it to them, but I haven't told my story. But anyway, unless you got my books, which you can get, I'll put the links below. But anyway, so as a child growing up I'll go back to the situation. So I remember this time when he came in and he wanted to do his thing. So we went in the basement and I remember him putting a big glob of Vaseline on himself, and trigger warning, I should have said. I remember him putting a big glob of Vaseline on himself and putting me over the washing machine or dryer and doing his thing anally. I remember the pain, but I also remember, like I talk about in my book, I also remember the pain for me was everybody else was upstairs and nobody knew that I was hurting. So for years, I was angry and did not like my family. Subconsciously, this was a thought of mine, and I never felt part of my family. So fast forward to when I remember telling my friend that I was being molested and she laughed, I instantly shut down. I never talked about it again. I left it alone until, fast forward again, mind you, when I told my friend again, I was like 11 or 12-ish or whatever, because her and I met. Actually, I was older than that because me and her met at 12. So I had to have been about 13, 12, 13, 14. I don't know. But anyway, now fast forward to 21. I had my daughter. I suffered from postpartum depression with all of my kids. My third kid was the worst out of all of them. But this is the second kid that I had at the time. I was 21. And I remember my sister's baby daddy. Now, they're not together anymore. He has a wife now. Actually, his wife is deceased. But anyway, but I remember his daughter running away or something and claiming that he had tampered with her. And for her, she had done this before, and she was not she was fast. I'll just say that. I guess that was the perception that, oh yeah, she lying. She said this before and it was a lie, blah, blah, blah. I instantly, when I heard about the story, the first thing came out of my mouth, she not lying. She telling the truth. And she probably wasn't lying the first time, but that's what molesters do. I was raped by my sister's best friend. She's deceased now. And he didn't think that it was rape. So in his mind, he didn't rape me. I dated a guy before that used to rape me all the time. That's why when people talk about this Cassie and all of this, stop it. You don't know. You don't know when you're living in trauma, you do things. When you're lacking that one particular thing, you do things, you accept things, you go with the flow of things. So whatever. Anyway, and because I was molested as a kid, my body didn't feel like mine. I didn't care. I didn't respect. I didn't care. So for me, now with the molestation, there was no kissing and none of that. So for me, kissing was sacred. But sex, garbage, whatever. And you got to understand that's the mindset of somebody that was molested and raped and all of that. And when I was a teenager, I was gang raped too. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. So anyway, I forgot where I was going with this. Oh, so fast forward to the 21 years of age. When this came out, I knew that she wasn't telling a lie. So immediately the family's like, what you talking about? Why you say that? Blase, split, blah, blah, blah. And it came out. Now, I, again, was going through postpartum depression at the time. So I was spilling the beans and letting things out and saying what I needed to say. So I had at that moment released that this man had molested me. Come to find out, though, and this is crazy. This is how molesters move and how they operate in one family, which is a fucking generational curse. But come to find out that, I already knew that he was molesting his own daughter. I remember that. But he had done it to a lot of other women in our family. Now, I do believe that his daughter and I were the only two that he penetrated. Everybody else was more like fondling. I believe. But I was even angry at my sister then because she still didn't protect me. She didn't call me once and say anything. Now, I'm past it now, but I had to do some shadow work and therapy to forgive myself, and to forgive him as well. Because I literally can walk up to him to this day and give him a hug. He does not bother me. I don't care, because I know he's living in his own misery. And I don't just randomly go up to him, but it's family, still family. So it's family. We run across each other. And there are situations where I may see him. That's the difficult part about family. And even though he wasn't blood related, but he was still in my family and still connected to family. But that's the thing about family. People want to keep secrets and they want to hold it in. And because you're holding it in, you are continuing the acceptance of what it is that has been done. And I know my purpose in life, and I know that my purpose is to break these fucking generational curses. And the secrecy is the generational curse. To me, I think the secrecy is the generational curse. And that's the whole purpose of me stepping into the realm of who I am. That is the whole purpose of me getting into the purpose of my life and understanding what it is that I'm supposed to do. And I love what I do. But the journey of my life has been very tumultuous, very difficult. I remember my first boyfriend, and this is all shaping and molding how I am and who I've become today. But I remember my very first boyfriend. I remember him dumping me. We went together for a long time. Now, mind you, we in kindergarten. Oh, my God. But the fact that I needed a boyfriend at kindergarten said a lot. But anyway, we in kindergarten, we grow up, we go to middle school. I remember, and I won't say the girl's name, but we'll just call her LB. I remember him dumping me for LB and telling me, oh, she got a bigger booty and she prettier than you, so I don't want to be with you no more. Bam. Fucked my whole soul up. Now, at that particular time, that shattered my self-esteem about my presence and my beauty and my essence. My feminine energy was murdered that particular moment. So I walked in the divine masculine that was. And that's why I switched over and became, I wanted to protect myself. Masculine, tough Tonya, and leave me the fuck alone because you're not about to hurt me again. That hurt me. I remember when my sister used to call me fat, black, and ugly. And I was chunky as a kid, which allowed me to grow up, weight conscious, wanting to always work out. Now, I look damn good for a motherfucker with 6 kids. I like that same song. And she a little chunky ass. Nah, but I'm just saying, I digress. I'm just saying. But anyway, and even through that weight issue, I never had weight issues because I was always obsessed with not being fat because that stuck in my mind. So I was obsessed with that, and then it made me insensitive to people who were overweight because to me, you fat, black, and ugly. Something wrong with you. The black part I never had a problem with. I never really had a problem with my skin color. For some reason, I always loved my skin color, so that really didn't bother me. And then the ugly part, oh my God. So when my sister's growing up telling me I'm ugly, then this boy dumps me because LB looks better. Instantly, I'm ugly. So that's two things telling me I'm ugly. Then I grow up and my father calls me the dumbest child in the world. Imagine that. And the reason he called me the dumbest child in the world is because my daddy traveled every summer. He would go down south. We would go down south. This particular summer, I didn't want to go because I had friends and I wanted to hang out with my friends, and I didn't want to be gone because I think he would be gone like 2-3 weeks. I didn't want to be gone that long because I had just made these friends and I didn't want to, I wanted to hang out with my friends because I was really shy and didn't connect well with people. But at this particular time, I connected well with people and I wanted to hang out with my friends. So I think my dad had an attitude over that. I think. Because he never in his life spoke to me like this before. Ever. He talked to my mama like that. But not me. And my mama talked to him crazy too. So just so you know. So I grew up with that. But my daddy asked me to go do something for him and get something out of the trunk of his car. And this particular day, I put the keys in the trunk and got whatever he wanted and slammed the trunk down. OMG, why did I do that? Instantly, I'm scared, terrified. I don't even want to tell my daddy, but I go tell my father. And when I go tell my father, immediately, what? You the dumbest child in the world? I didn't hear nothing but you the dumbest child in the world. So now I'm ugly and I'm dumb. Now this is going through my head. At this particular time, I was like 12, 13. So by 12, 13, I was molested. I felt unprotected. I was dumb. I was told I was ugly and I was fat. So self-esteem, what? I didn't even know what that was. Definitely didn't have none of that. So the only thing I had was to develop that shell, which was, I'm tough. Don't fucking play with me. Don't get close to me. So you'll never know that I'm ugly. You'll never know that I'm none of these things. You'll never know that they bother me, any of these things. So that's where the persona for me becoming tough comes in. That's where I put on that facade, that mask. No. Now, don't get it twisted. I ain't no punk ass motherfucker, but it ain't like I'm out here on the mob killing motherfuckers either. Not that I say that I am, but some people be thinking like I just like, what? I don't act like that now, but whatever. But some people probably think I do. But anyway, let me focus. So as I grow up, I'm navigating through life with the assumption that I'm ugly. I have no self-esteem. Nobody likes me. Nobody wants me. Who's going to care about me? And I'm dumb as hell. So naturally, when I grow older and I become more independent, I start making dumbass choices because it's in alignment with who I identify, right? I start settling for relationships that are less than what I absolutely fucking deserve, but I didn't know that because I'm ugly. Who wants me? I get dumped for prettier women, so. But the ironic part is for years, and I mean years, my entire adulthood life until my 40s, I started to know, that's when it hit me, when I went and tapped into that narcissistic, and I've actually had multiple narcissistic relationships, but that last marriage that I had, and I always say quotes, and people ask me why, because I have a confession to tell, and I've never told anybody this, and again, some people know, but we weren't even legally married. I went through all that bullshit for a motherfucker that I wasn't even legally married to. That's why when we divorced, get your ass the fuck up out of here. Bye. Ain't no motherfucking paperwork. Bye. I'm the paperwork, goddammit. Scissor, cut. Bitch, get out of here. That's how I felt then, but of course, he doesn't bother me now. But that particular relationship shaped and molded me and allowed me to see that I didn't love myself. I felt these ugly things about me, and he would always say that I fuck with bad bitches. Like, I'm not a bad bitch. Like, the fuck? Motherfucker, when you met me, I was fresh as hell, looking sweet as pie. You had a motherfucker looking ugly as hell, looking crazy than a mother. And granted, right now, I ain't looking all that. I just wash my hair and tat it down, but I'm gonna curl it and be all right later. Okay. But that's the thing about my growth. Before, I wouldn't have gotten on the camera looking like this, but now I am who I am, and my appearance should not take away from you learning my message or hearing my message. And if it does, this ain't for you, because I don't look that damn bad. I'm just saying. But anyway, some people talk about people's appearances, but you don't know what that person is going through. You don't know what particular phase or season of their growth or elevation that they're in with source energy or God. You never know. I've seen people who now that I've coached now, and I'm talking about now, coach was bum broke, fucking living in a car, homeless as fuck, grimy as fuck, hair looking retarded than a motherfucker online, but doing what the fuck needed to be done, getting that coaching behind the scene, doing and taking them action steps, and now in the 6-figure status. Now, I haven't spoken to her in over a while, but the last I heard, within 6 months, she had grown up to $155,000 in a year. But that's because she didn't care about what other people thought. She had a message, and she did what she did, and I encouraged and motivated her through that shit. So how dare I not show up when I'm not at my 100% best? And me, I'm not flashy anyway, so whatever. I can come over here this is looking crazy, but I can do that, or show up not looking crazy. But the point is, authenticity requires you to show up as who you are at that particular time, because the message that you have now is for that particular person. But anyway, let me get back to my story. So that marriage that I had took everything from me. It stripped me. It sucked the soul out of me. And if you know anything about narcissistic relationships that they attach, I was an unhealed empath who attaches to an unhealed narcissist. And a narcissist is someone who is low vibrational, highly functional, but just one notch away from sociopath. Sociopaths are a little less functional, but the narcissist is like in disguise. And there are multiple types of narcissists, but this is not a video for narcissism. So if you want to learn about narcissism, I have a group that you can definitely join that shows you how to navigate through a narcissistic relationship, out of one, and to recover from one, so that you can understand the purpose of that relationship and move on and walk into your purpose. But if you want that, then you can put that in the link. I'll put that in there as well. So because that relationship came into my life, I actually attracted it, but I attracted it for a reason, because my soul knew that it was time for me to stop repeating that false belief that I'm not good enough, that I'm ugly, that I can't do this, that I'm stupid, that I'm dumb, that I'm this, stop repeating it. And that particular marriage taught me all of that, because once I got to the point where literally he took everything out of me, and when I say everything out of me, oh my God, I was doing all kind of crazy shit. I didn't even know who the fuck I was. I turned into a damn narcissist. But that's the thing about narcissism. You have to fight them with their own venom. And again, you learn all of that in my group. But that relationship pushed me to be the best version of myself. Now, after that marriage, that was in 2020. For the last 5 years, I have been at rock bottom a couple of times. Depressed, suicidal, on high, almost reaching 6 figures. I forgot, I missed it by a couple of thousand. But anyway, almost reaching that 6-figure status. So it depends. The journey, that's the whole thing. The journey has gotten me to where I am today, where I can actually authentically sit here and tell you that it's going to be okay. I had to understand who I really was. I had to go to the rock bottom. I had to lose everything. I had to be, the discernment of who was in my corner had to come with me. So I had to lose people. I had to walk away from those that I loved. Those that loved me had to be removed from my life, because source energy, God hears what people say about you that you don't hear. So those things that are leaving your life, they are blocking your blessing. The person that you want to be, the lifestyle that you want to have. If you continue to hold on to those particular things, you'll lose whatever. If you can't get anything new by holding on to things old, that's my message. So you understanding my story, I had to realize that my old version of self would have kept things secret. It wouldn't have been as authentic. And even though I've been authentic in myself, I've never walked fully authentically in myself and in front of raw, like right now. Gotta woosah and breathe. It's part of the nervous system healing process, and I can tell you about that as well. When you are healing from trauma, healing from pain, your emotions need to be regulated. Your nervous system needs to be regulated, because all of that trauma, if you don't release it in any other way, it stores itself into your body, and you need to release it from your body. And the way you do that is calming down, doing your breathing exercises, understanding the root cause of your thoughts and your emotions, and dealing with it, facing it, addressing it, not running from it. Because when you run from it, it locks itself up into your body. And that's what causes the anxiety, the panic attacks, the depression, those kinds of things. But again, if you want to know information about that, I can give you a link to that as well. But understanding your purpose and understanding my purpose allowed me to be authentic and real. And I love it. I love it. It allows me to grow and to become the person that I am today. And now I understand totally what my purpose. I totally understand why I was created. And it is absolutely, and I can say this with absolute confidence, it is absolutely for me to get a million and always, and I forgot that part of my story. When I was a kid, I was a loner. I would do so many things. And I always focused on everything was a million. I used to say, I'm going to have a million friends, a million books sold. I'm going to have I used to say a million, but I was like 9 or 10, talking about $1 million. That was a lot. I mean, it's a lot now, but I would prefer 10, 15, 20, 35, 45, 50, 65, 75, 80, 95, 100. I would prefer those amount of millions, but I'm just saying a million's good too. But then again, by the time you get that million and they take taxes, you're no longer a millionaire. So I got to have at least 2 million. But the point is, I was always into a million this, a million that, a million this. So my goal, absolutely, my sole purpose is to get 1 million souls to understand the truth of who they really are. To get them to discover their divine gifts that were given to them. Some people call them disorders. Some people call them diseases. But whatever your divine gift is, for you to hone it, recognize it, identify your superpower, use that superpower, and create the life that you were designed to create, serving the people that you are designed to serve. So I had to find my calling, my purpose, and it took me a long time to figure it out, that my purpose is actually helping other people figure out their purpose. But when you're on the path of discovering what your purpose is, and you question everything, it takes a little longer. I have literally been going through this valley, the wilderness. What they wrong, 40 years? It's been 20 for me. 20 for me. And I am at a place now where I'm ready to elevate and explore and walk authentically in myself, because I remember who I am. I remember who I am. And in order for me to get to those million souls, I need you to be one of them. Even if your voice is spreading the word for me. So you follow me, you see what I do, you see what I'm all about. Share the word. Share this with me, because I cannot do this by myself. I need you to either be one of the million that I serve, to get to realize the truth of who you really are, for you to understand your purpose, for you to understand your call, for you to be comfortable with yourself, acknowledge who you are, walk in your truth and your purpose confidently and with purpose and passion. If you are one of those million, then you definitely need to link up with me as your spiritual life coach, your spiritual psychologist, and your business growth strategist. I am definitely here to help the entrepreneur on her spiritual awakening journey to walk in her truth, understand the truth of who she really is, hone your gift, monetize it, and create that lasting legacy that you were so born to live. But again, I cannot do it on my own. I cannot do it on my own. I need the help of the universe. I need my tribe. And if you are in my tribe, if you are here this long, then you in my tribe, baby. So you need to click a link and share or something. Make sure you subscribe and join my tribe, because you are a part of the tribe. And I want to thank you for being in a tribe. I want you to drop in the comments, I'm in a tribe. If you are listening to this right now, drop in the comments wherever you are. If it's YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, whatever. Drop in the comments. I want you to follow me or subscribe to my page. Like this post, or heart it if you're on Facebook. Like it, subscribe, whatever. YouTube, show your love and drop in the comments. Whatever. What did I just say? I don't know. I forgot. But drop, I'm here. Or whatever I said the last time. Authentic. This is not scripted. I'm just talking. But I tell my story because there's a story written in you. And maybe you need help pulling it out. Because this story that I have is about heroism. It's about being a warrior. It's about overcoming. It's about resilience, tenacity, boldness. And you feel that when you work with me as a client, you feel that I push you to be as bold as you can be. I push you to be as tenacious. I push you to be as resilient as you can be. Because without those characters, where you're going in life as a chosen one, you need those skills. You need that. And that's why your journey of manifestation may be so difficult, because as a chosen one, you have to go through so much in order for you to be positioned and prepared to not fight the battle, but what's the word I'm looking for? Stand on your post. That's the word. So in order for you to stand your post, to stand your ground, to stand your position, to stand guard and be you and what you need to do, you absolutely need to open up and understand who you are. Go through these things and be positioned and prepared. So those denials that you're getting is not delayed. That rejection is it's protection. You need to understand that you are being purposed and positioned for a reason. And I hope that my story guides you and lets you know that you have a purpose, you have a call, and all you have to do is release what no longer serves you. For me, releasing what no longer served me was letting go of the negative image that I had within myself, the negative thoughts, the disbelief of my power and my authority here on this earth. That's what it is. It wasn't that I was doing anything wrong. Because I was doing the showing up. I was doing the lead magnets. I was doing the automation. I was doing all of those things. I've been doing all of those things. Just like I tell my clients that I work with, you have to continue to show up in your authentic version of self. If not, you're not going to make it. Because it's not written for you to. You have to be you in order for you to succeed at being you. So if you want to succeed at being you, you have to succeed at being you, which means those things that you need to master and understand about you, you have to fucking do. Period. Point blank. It ain't nothing that is going to make that not true. So I hope this video helps you. I hope it helps you to understand that there is something magical in you. And as long as you hold on to it and let it hide, you will never experience the magic of the essence of being you. You will never understand what the purpose of being you is all about, or the things that you go through. If you constantly focus on the negative, it's like in tarot. If you get the Four of Pentacles, you'll see most of the pictures where it had, or at least the tarot cards that I have, you'll see where the person is looking at 3 pentacles that fail, but they're not looking at the 4th one over there. I got my little jigglies. But they're not looking at that 4th pentacle that's over there. That's actually the blessing. So if you constantly look at the negative and what's bringing you down, or what you lost, and what you don't have, or what you need to do, you're not going to ever see what's before you that's right there dangling. Okay, you over there looking on the floor, but your prize is up here. If you continue to look at the things that don't work for you, you're going to continue to stay in that vibrational frequency, and you're not going to grow. So I hope this video has helped you to understand the power. And look, like my daughter used to say, please, mom, the power that you have, that you hold. When you understand that power that you have, that you hold, you become so positioned in manifesting that power in the physical form, and living that power out. I promise you, when you step into the realm of your true essence, and if you need help doing that, I am absolutely here. That's what my breakthrough sessions are for, to help you to see the next best move for you to make. That is what my Embody and Align masterclass is for, absolutely for that. If you are ready to step into the realm of who you are, I promise you, when you get to love yourself, when you put self-love first, when you get to the goal of self-realization and self-awareness, self-discovery, peeling back the layers of self and who you are, I promise you, your life gets better. But until then, you're going to fucking struggle. I'm just saying. You are going to struggle until you discover who you are, and you walk in that discovery, peeling back the layers and unfolding each one, because you are responsible for your life. Now, understand your parents might have fucked you up as a kid. I get hell, man, fucked me up. I done fucked mine up, and then look, I get it. That's what they're supposed to do. But it's your responsibility to heal from it and live your purpose, because your purpose is birthed out of their mistakes and their fuck ups. Remember that. Anybody that hurt you, you allowed it some kind of way, you accepted it. It's your purpose. It's a part of everything, because nothing happens by mistake, and nothing is a coincidence. Everything is strategically lined up to you to get to your destiny. So no matter what it is, who it's done by, it was done for a reason. So I hope and pray that this video helped you, because that is my goal and my purpose. And I definitely want to see you on the next episode, because you didn't even know this was episode to my new podcast. But I want to see you on the next episode so we can kick it and talk, for you to learn the truth of who you really are, because I'm looking for my million. Excuse me, I ain't looking for shit. I'm attracting my million. So again, if you are here right now, you are one of the million, and I dare you, I encourage you, I implore you to step into your millionaire status, because there's something of abundance that's waiting for you. This is your girl, Coach Tonya, and I will see you on the next episode. I love you. Have a good day. Bye.